Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Echo. You guess what I have today? You can read, you read the title. I have a sketchbook tour. Now, originally I was gonna post a different video for this week, but I finished this and I wanted to post this first, so you're getting this guy first. But yeah, this is sketchbook 27. Just finished it. It's, as you can tell, I finished quite a few sketchbooks in my day. But yeah, let's just get right into the tour because I don't have anything else to say for this intro. Okay, so let's just get straight into it. Obviously, like I said, sketchbook 27. This is an ELO sketchbook. They're pretty popular, so you probably heard of them. And as you can tell, I drew on the cover. I used my paint pens that I have, like you can see them right here actually, but I drew on my okay, so let's get into this. Also, I actually got like a tripod. It's one of those ones that mount on your desk, so I had to actually clean up my desk to do this video, so be thankful for that because I have not sat at my desk, I'm gonna be honest, for probably like a year. I just draw on my bed all the time. But I will say one thing before we get into this. You can really tell how unmotivated I was in the beginning of the sketchbook compared to like kind of getting to the middle, because when I started this sketchbook, I was so unmotivated to do anything. Like, since like kind of November-ish of 2023, I did not have like any motivation to draw. So the beginning of this like kind of shows that I really didn't care. But anyway, let's just get into it. I don't remember what I've said before, but as I can see, drew on the front of the sketchbook, ELO sketchbook. I also did a little 27 and a little shark thing on the side. This is a basking shark. I initially had like drawn a sketch first of like this same shark because I had looked at reference photos for it, but the sketch in the sketchbook looks a lot better than this actual drawing, but that's okay. But anyway, let's just get straight into it. As you can tell, I dated when I did the cover because I like to know that information. And flipping the page, I started this January 24th and finished it July 25th. So it took me like 6 months and a day to finish the sketchbook. Normally, like me getting into sketchbooks, I'd probably finish them a bit faster, but you know, things happen. But anyway, flipping the page to the first spread is Superman, because I don't know, at the time, and I still really like Superman actually. I don't know, I was like a lot more obsessed with him at like this point because I don't know, I was just vibing with Superman at the time. I have to say, this is my favorite sketch. I just really like it. It looks the best, I feel. These two are my favorites, I have to say. This one's okay. I just don't like how stiff he kind of looks. And it doesn't look right. I don't know. But that's the first spread. Also, I drew a little mini him holding a cat because he'd do that. But anyway, moving on. This is kind of a very sparse spread, as you can tell. I tried drawing Batman. It doesn't exactly look like him because I had actually looked up references for the Superman one, but for these I didn't. Random side profile, I did not like how I drew that eyeball, so I crossed it out. Batman blobs. Then we have Wonder Woman, because why not? I was drawing superheroes, so why not draw her as well? I also looked at a reference for Wonder Woman. I did like their original sort of like styled clothes, so that's why I did this. And then this was planning for my drawing for my parents' birthdays, because birthdays are like 1 day away, or sometimes they say 2, but my mom's birthday is on a day and then there's a day in between and then it's my dad's birthday, so I like say 1 day apart. So I don't know. But anyway, we have Alfred, who's one of my like characters. He's the only one that I actually have like recently drawn, because any of my old characters I've like not drawn them at all. But yeah, random doodle stuff. This is just a bunch of more random doodles, more Superman. I like this guy. that face looks good. Yeah, bunch of random doodles. Each of these things were like multiple days apart. You can tell I just didn't feel like drawing at all. We have a random shark. These all are supposed to be Matt Murdock, who is Daredevil, if you don't know that somehow. This one's my favorite. It looks the best. So, can you see the pencil sketch good? I can't tell. But yeah, this one's okay, but this one's definitely my favorite. I think it looks just the best out of all of them. And then this was from like a bit before I had started the sketchbook actually, but it was me drawing with my right versus my left hand. These are both left-handed drawings. And then this is a right-handed one. This random sketch, I didn't like how it turned out, so I stopped drawing it. More random sketches. I was really going with the blue pen at this point, because I like using it. I don't know. Random face. I really like this side profile, by the way. I feel like I have to practice them a bit more, because one thing of side profiles I don't know how to do is like how to draw hair from a side profile. Like I kind of do it sometimes, but I don't know how to do it properly. But we have these things, random things. You can tell there's a lot of hammerheads sporadically through here because I like drawing hammerheads. Random eyeball. This was like showing the difference of how I draw figures, like male and female figures. I don't know if that's accurate to how I draw them now, but that's that. This, we have a random doodle, but this was planning for Instagram post. By the way, both my Instagrams are linked down in the description if you want to check those out, because both my art and my book Instagram, if you want to check those out, because I'm probably active there the most out of any social media. We have random face, because why not? Then this originally was like for months was just this like little thumbnail. I recently, well not recent, it was like the 15th, but it was a little bit ago, but I came back in and drew these two guys. This is obviously a random hammerhead, and this is one of my like characters, Harold. I named that. He's basically like a character that I draw for like filler, or if I don't know what to draw, he's just chilling. But yeah, I felt like it was a waste to like not have something here, so I went in and scribbled that sort of stuff in here. This is also kind of a wasted page, but I'm too lazy to go back in now. I originally, I just didn't like, I liked the base of this pose, but after I started putting on lines on top, I didn't like how it looked anymore. Anyway, this random scribbles, this was like, I had an idea. It didn't turn out how I wanted it to, so I just kind of scribbled stuff, so that's how that is. This is random doodles, Harold again, as you can tell. This is a squid, which in, well actually it's not going to be my last video, it's going to be the next video that I post actually. I made a bigger version of this that I have on my wall right now, but I actually drew this first and then came back and drew this because I didn't know if the marker was going to bleed onto the page. Surprisingly, I feel like I remember this paper like holding up worse to markers, but like this paper is like holding up really well, but, or it held up really well, so I don't know, maybe I remember it being worse or something. But this next page, I didn't really do anything. This was like me trying to get my Posca pen to work and actually produce stuff. I don't know if you can actually see that, but this was random writing stuff for things. I like to track my reading, so that was me tracking my reading. Random doodles, I did this while I was waiting to get my hair done and stuff. So, random fish and faces. Why do I suddenly have phlegm in my throat? Why are you being inconvenient? Bunch of random more doodles, more faces, more fish. This was me drawing one of those like bulbous headed fish without a reference, because I had seen one in this like sushi restaurant that we were going to. I actually took a picture of it, but I was gonna draw it like with the reference, but I didn't. This is basically, I had like scrap paper, so I drew these like shark guys and other animals, but I drew these and like cut them out and stuck them in here and made them a little bit 3D because I don't know, I kind of like that. I just like it. So we got these guys, and I did a little bit of a slight background. It's not like an actual background, but added some color. This was basically a swatch page, honestly. Random doodle, but these was because I was drawing a rock, like on a rock, because we have these like frog rocks. Well, we have a big one, and then I was drawing the mini rocks that we had because we had the rocks to make a mini frog as well, but we hadn't painted on them in forever, but I finally did, and this was me making sure my Posca pens worked, because that's what I wanted to use for this. I also used a bit of regular paint as well for this. But anyway, that's that. More random doodles. This trying to... I asked for like some suggestions on what to draw, so I wrote down kind of like some of their suggestions. And originally I was gonna draw a shark siren, but I ended up not doing that, and I just drew this kind of siren because I don't know, that's how it ended up. This was like initial planning to kind of what I wanted to look like, but I ended up with this, and I really like it. I like how it looks. I think it looks cool. Anyway, next page. Okay, so this is when I really started getting back into drawing. Like, finding sharks, best thing to happen to me drawing. Because I became, like, obsessed with just drawing sharks and sea animals for, like, ever. And I still am, but... yeah, basically, I have this, like, shark magazine that I got, and, basically I just, like, looked kind of at the photos of the sharks they had in there, and then I wrote down, like, facts, about each shark. So, we got a black tip reef shark, bull shark, great white, a blue shark, and a lemon shark. So, that's that. And then on this page, these are like the failed sharks, because I was doing it like with straight pen and not trying to like sketch out before it. So these are kind of messed up ones. This is from random, like a book, when I ordered a book online, it came with this little thank you stuff, and I taped it in here because I wanted to save it. I actually had gotten this like forever, but this is from when I went to see a Billie Eilish concert. I got some of the confetti, obviously, because that's what you do, and I taped it in here because I actually went to that concert last year, but yeah, I just taped it in now. More of the confetti. This is from like a old like sketchbook that I had that I just like had 2 pages drawn in, so I ripped them out and just taped them in here. This is more random stuff when I went to a bookstore once, so that's that. Then, oh geez, originally I was gonna tape stuff over this page, but as you can tell, I did not. It's not that I was gonna tape stuff over the entire page, but I was gonna like paste stuff in. But these are with like random old oil pastels that I had, because I don't know, I felt like messing with them, so that's what that's from. Anyway, next page, a bunch of mess. Originally this was a swatch page, or a page that I was swatching on, so you can see all the swatches under everything. But basically I had more scrap paper, so I just kind of drew stuff in and taped that stuff in here. This was a thumbnail. Can you see that? This was a thumbnail for a drawing that I was going to do for my brother's birthday. Let me move this a little bit. I don't know how well you can see stuff right now, but I think it's decent. Okay. But anyway, bunch of sea animals. This was a random stamp I had, so I did that. Just, yeah, a bunch of sea animals and stuff. And then, next page, this spread I really love. The next, like, couple spreads and stuff in the sketchbook, I love it because they're so good. And as you can tell, this is the basking shark that I tried to do, like, replicate on the front. It didn't replicate super well, but, you know, this sketch looks better, but that's because I was actively looking at the reference I was using while I was drawing it. But a couple of these I used references. This one, and this one I used references, and then the rest of them I didn't. I tried to draw an otter, but I forgot that I drew like ears, like bear ears on it, but then I realized otters don't have ears like that. That's not how they work. But yeah, I drew that, and then these guys, obviously no reference. This is kind of referenced, because I looked back at the original drawing that I had done of it here, and kind of replicated a sort of thing by looking at it, like how it would look like here. So we have that. So it's kind of reference, but, you know, random stuff. Then more things taped in, bunch more sharks, because why not? This was like random like parchment paper I got from the package. Is it parchment paper? I think it is. Well, actually, I don't remember what it's called. But more shark drawings, because why not? This is a random piece of paper that I found that had my dad's handwriting on it, so I taped it in here because why not? Bunch random things. Basically, I just took like my cheap watercolor paint. I think this is like Crayola watercolor paint because why not? And I painted all the shapes of the animals and then went back over with a blue pen and did that. Also, you can tell I labeled it fishies, but
You have to work at home.
bye. Sorry about that. But this is, obviously I wrote technically mammal, not fish, because it's not a fish, it's a mammal. I don't think any of these other ones are mammals though. I think the rest of them are considered fish. But next page, we have more sharks because, of course I do. I'm obsessed with them. We have a megamouth shark, spiny dogfish, oceanic white tip, brown banded bamboo, a mako or mako, I don't know how you pronounce that one, and then a tiger shark. All of these I looked at references for because, you know. But yeah, basically I just had more paper to get rid of, so like extra scrap paper, so I drew these guys on that and taped them in here. I really like this spread as well. I like a lot of the later spreads in this sketchbook because I just think they look good, and like I put actual effort into them because I actually like drawing again. More random fish. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, originally when I had like stopped drawing like for a very long time, like I kind of thought that I wouldn't want to come back to drawing ever. I'm gonna be honest. That might sound a little crazy, but that's kind of what I thought. But obviously my shark obsession brought back my love to draw. So yeah, blood drawing. This is from my last video. If you want to check out the process of me drawing these, you can check that out. It's just the last video on my page. It's me drawing medieval fish. I also added, like, after I had already filmed the video, these little quotation marks because technically these aren't all fish, but, you know, same difference. Anyway, next page I taped in just a random, I went to this art store to get new sketchbooks because I was gonna finish this one pretty quick. So I got new sketchbooks, and this is a bunch of listing of things that I want to draw because I want to draw them. This was planning thumbnails for stuff that I'm gonna make at some point. More random like fish stuff. More thumbnails, random whale thing because I was drawing on the side of this. This is a shark that my mom drew, and as you can tell, it got an award for the best shark because it is the best shark. We named it Spooky also because why not? But yeah, obviously best shark in here. Then on this side, I just do a little scribble. But then this, I'm not going to talk too much about. We're just going to flip the page because that was for a video that was for the video that I was actually going to post this week. But I got impatient and I just wanted to post this video instead of that one. So that's what's happening. But yeah, you can wait and see next week. You know, if you want to see that, you know, subscribe to my channel. Shameless plug. Anyway, but yeah, if you want to see that, it'll be next week's video. Why are these birds screaming? That's the worst chirp I've ever heard. It's not even a chirp. That was a bird scream. But anyway, this was, every, like, year for the past couple years. I don't remember when I originally started doing it. I think I've done it for at least the past 4 or 5 years, maybe 6. I don't remember, but I've been, like, drawing this witch character, and every time I kind of redraw her, this was, like, the most intense redesign I had out of all of them. All of them kind of, like, showed the same person, but this one was, like, completely different from what she normally would look like. I think the last drawing, actually, of her is in this sketchbook one. Hold on. Yeah, so this is, well, not my last sketchbook. This is sketchbook 25, actually. But, this is the last drawing of her from last year that I did. They all, like, originally kind of looked like this, but, like, there's obviously different designs, but, like, she kind of had that base sketch of something like that drawing. But this one, I, like, completely redesigned her and came up with this. This is, like, the finished drawing I made. I like her, but I will say I do kind of wish this had more contrast. I was thinking of, like, when I had originally, like, made it, I'm not gonna do it now because I don't care, but making, like, the actual, this part and the hat darker, but, as you can tell, I didn't do that, so we're not changing it now. Anyway, more random doodles of sea animals. This, another random receipt from when we got pizza and stuff. This guy is just kind of under here because I taped this in after I had drawn this guy. So I didn't look at a reference for this and I did not remember what those type of fish look like, but that's that guy. Anyway, flipping the page, we have these drawings. This was inspired because I've watched, like, other people's sketchbook tours, and this, I had been, like, I'd seen people do, like, multiple people do this type of thing. Not this exact creature, because I kind of made him, because I don't know, I wanted to make my own creature. But I made this little guy, but I had seen people doing this, like, square thing, and I was like, that looks cool, I like that, so I'm gonna do it myself. I redrew him after I drawn this side. I drew him again here, and, excuse me, the heck. I drew him again here, and I don't know if you could see anything, but I drew him again here because I don't know, I wanted to. Anyway, the next page, this was just random stuff. I had my mom draw me random blobs for me to do. This is like a normal exercise that a lot of people do, but I made, this is supposed to be duck. I messed it up a bit, but I ended up making them all like cowboys. These two are my favorite. I turned this upside down because I was like, what can I turn this into? So I turned it upside down and it's become a dog. But I like this one and my, like, lizard guy the best because I think they look the best. So that's that. But yeah, I had my mom draw the blobs for me, and then yeah, that's that. Next page, I took one of the what are they called, like, multicolored pencils that I had and just made this guy. I did this drawing first and then worked on this page, but I made a squid maid, or it's a dude, so it would be like a squid man, but that doesn't sound right. So I just label them that. So these drawings, I like these guys. I think it looks cool. I don't know. It's basically just a mermaid, but like with a squid head, because why not? Next page, we have drawings of my cat, Opal, because she was laying on my bed, and I decided to draw her in, like, the position she was in. There's, like, what's it called? Whiteout over, like, the back of these, because I'd went in the back and stuff and, like, drawn with a blue pen to, like, accentuate them. I did not like how it looked, so I went over with whiteout, and it didn't completely block it, as you can tell, but, I kind of like the sort of blue peeking out of there, so I kind of like how that looks. But yeah, I like these sketches. I just think they look cute, because Opal's very cute, even though she's evil, but that's okay. This was a draw this in your style by this person on Instagram, the garbage.gif, if you want to check out their art. They post some pretty cool art, so but yeah, I did their draw this in your style thing that they posted. The characters I actually did on a separate piece of paper and then glued onto the background because I thought that would look cool, and I like how it looks a lot. I added this shark stuffy because I don't know, I had to incorporate sharks somehow because I love them. But anyway, yeah, shark stuffy. I have some other scrap paper because I had cut this out of like a bigger piece of paper because I wanted it smaller, but I had these scraps, so I just kind of drew random things and taped them in, and yeah. This is a bunch of food. I don't know, you probably have seen this, but like people that draw like such like aesthetic looking food, and it doesn't look realistic, but it looks delicious and I want to eat it. This one I labeled as my favorite because this was my favorite drawing out of all of these, not because it was my favorite food. But yeah, I really, really like this drawing. These two I think are my favorite, just from how they look. And obviously I added random crap in the background because I'm nothing if not a maximalist, because I have to add stuff in the back. Otherwise, it's boring. Anyway, next page. This was me drawing my new profile picture for my art Instagram, which, like I said before, it's in the description of this video if you want to check it out. But originally I was looking at a reference photo, but I did not like how that one looked, so I just kind of redrew kind of how I wanted to draw myself in like my sort of style and stuff. So I drew this, and this is now that the photo I use for whatever you call it. I'm blanking. For my profile picture. Okay, sorry, I had to cut for a second, but anyway, like I said, profile picture. This random shark, because I needed to fill the space. This is random stuff. I have to cover this real quick because you know how I had my mom draw me a shark? I had my dad do it too, and he did not like the way his shark looked, so he didn't want me to post it anywhere, so I'm covering that part of the page. So bunch of random doodles. At this point, I'm gonna be honest, I was like very much done with the sketchbook because I was like so close to finishing it. I'm just like, I just want to kind of finish it. I was like, in my previous sketchbooks, I've done this thing before where I'll like, once I get to like in the teens of how close I am to finishing my sketchbook, like I'll have like 15 pages left, I'll just scribble random stuff on the last pages just so I could finish it. Don't do that. I made myself hold out and like actually put effort into like the last like closer to the last pages, because I was like, I gotta actually not waste paper here. But anyway, this was me using another one of my multicolored pencils and just drawing random stuff. This I didn't look at. This is one of my Squishmallows. This is also one, but I didn't look at the Squishmallow for this one, so it probably does not actually look like that. But I didn't remember, so that's just how I drew it. Anyway, this was me trying to draw an orca without a reference. I don't remember like exactly what they will look like, so it looked a little weird. But anyway, random stuff. This was more planning for a post, for an Instagram post that I posted. This was me planning for what I wanted for my first pages of my next sketchbook to look like, which I am gonna go with these because I just like how it looks. But anyway, this is me trying to this is me drawing stuffed animals. These two actually look like stuffed animals. This one I tried to make kind of look like a stuffed animal, but I obviously didn't try that hard, so it doesn't really look like it. Anyway, next page, Superman. I'm gonna stop. But anyway, we have Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. Again, I didn't look at a reference for Batman. I just kind of winged it. I looked after, because I couldn't remember what his emblem looked like. I looked after what his emblem looked like, and it looked like this. Obviously, I kind of went over and tried to scribble over what I had put there, but it does not look like exactly his emblem. So that's that. But anyway, Wonder Woman and Batman. This one's my favorite. I just really like how he looks. I don't know. Just the whole thing. I just like how he looks the best out of all of these. Yeah. Superheroes. I think these two are the best. I think this one is the best. And this Batman's okay. I don't know. I put their, what's it called? Is it like an insignia? That's not right. Their symbol, and put it here. I don't remember if that's actually what the Wonder Woman symbol looks like, but I'm pretty sure it was something similar to that, so that's what it's gonna be. We have cats and sharks, because why not? This one's my favorite personally. I just really like how that one looked. It was very, very satisfying. And I don't know how I got the pose right, but I just really like it. This was the first thing that I drew on this page, on this spread, but I do like it. I just think I like these two better than it. This is cat stretching also. I feel like I didn't really know how to draw like the back legs for this, but I feel like they're a little wrong, but that's okay. But anyway, obviously more sharks. Next page. This is where I started, by the way, like back here is where I started like kind of speed drawing, and like I was just like, I am done with this sketchbook. I'm finishing it today. I'm drawing on the rest of these pages and I'm finishing the rest of it because I was just done. It's like I was so close, and I'm like, I'm not waiting another day to finish the sketchbook. So yeah. But I wrote here, why does it look like she has anime eyes? Because it looks like she has anime eyes. That was not intentional, but I like the way this guy looks a lot. This girl's okay, but I like the way he looks better. Next page, random scribbles. This is when I was really done. I was like, oh, I don't even know what to draw anymore. I just want to finish the sketchbook. Because I was so close to the end, and I was just like, ugh, I just want to finish. But yeah, we got Alfred again. By the way, at that point, I like couldn't find, because my pencil had run out of lead, and I couldn't find where my pencil lead was. I have found it since this time, but I had to use like a regular pencil, and it would not erase well at all, so I had to erase his mouth, so it makes it look really weird. But anyway, yeah, random scribbles. More random stuff. This is a drawing of me. I really like this honestly, like, this drawing of me. I kind of like my stylized type of stuff, so, or this stylized version of myself. I like it the way it looks, but as you can tell, it says, I just want to finish the sketchbook, and it's me scribbling in the sketchbook. But yeah, I just really wanted to finish it, so, we got random stuff, soda and chips, because, I don't know, I don't drink soda, but I liked how it looked. Anyway, then We have random fruits and technically a vegetable because originally this was supposed to be an apple, but it didn't look like an apple, so I turned it into a bell pepper. So yeah, just random stuff. And then finally, the last page is Harold, because for the last like, I don't remember when I started doing it, but like it's been like a few years at least since I started doing and like making this guide the very last page for all my sketchbooks. So yeah, that's that. And yeah, that is the last of my sketchbook. And yeah, it's finally finished. This is probably like one of my favorite sketchbooks that I've done now, specifically because of like the spreads toward the end. By the way, I don't know if I did this, but real quick, this is what I finished in the first like 5 months of this having the sketchbook. This is what I finished in the past couple weeks of July, because this is from July 2nd to July 25th. So like, you can tell how much more motivated I was in the end of this sketchbook. But yeah, that's the end of this one. Let me know down in the comments, if you feel like it, how many sketchbooks you have completed so far, if you even keep sketchbooks, or if you've completed any. But yeah, let me know how many you've had. And yeah, if you guys enjoy my videos and also the absolute nonsense that comes out of my mouth when I record them, please do make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, that is the end of this video, so I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!